The sound of New York City is unmistakable: honking horns, quick footsteps, and the constant hum of life that never stops. But for Sean Corey Carter, or Jay-Z, the most present sound of his childhood was the silence of a fatherless home in financial difficulty. Born on December 4, 1969, in the Brooklyn neighborhood, he grew up in a world where violence was commonplace and opportunity seemed a distant illusion. The absence of his father, who abandoned the family when Jay-Z was just 11 years old, left a deep mark on his life. But instead of allowing himself to sink into sadness, he used it as fuel. His mother, Gloria Carter, did her best to raise her children alone, but the weight of life in Brooklyn was not easy to bear. The house was modest, and the streets were dangerous. On the corners and alleys where poverty and violence met, Jay-Z found his voice. He was young, but he already knew that music could be his only passport to something better. At the age of 12, with a notebook and an old cassette tape, he began to scribble his first rhymes. Through music, he wanted to escape the dark reality that surrounded him. And, more importantly, he wanted to tell the stories he saw, the stories of survival, of struggle, of pain and hope. The first steps were slow, but he knew that each line written, each verse rhymed, was a way to get closer to his dream. Jay-Z's life was not easy, but he had something that many did not: a clear vision of what he wanted to achieve and the determination to follow through, no matter how difficult it was. He believed that music, this art form that he loved so much, would be the key to changing his reality. Jay-Z knew the road to success would be tough, but he was prepared to face it. Life in Brooklyn was unforgiving, and his music, more than an escape valve, became a way to earn respect. Street battles were a daily occurrence, and music was his way of asserting himself amidst the chaos. At 18, Jay-Z was already determined to make music his career. But, like many young Brooklynites, he faced a major obstacle: the lack of a record deal. At that time, the doors to the music industry were closed to anyone who didn't have the backing of a major record label, but Jay-Z wasn't willing to wait. He began recording his own songs and distributing them independently. Dead Presidents, one of his standout tracks, caught the attention of many, but it wasn't enough to secure a deal. However, he didn't give up. Jay-Z knew that success wouldn't come by accident, and if he had to do it alone, he would. The turning point came when he founded Rockefeller Records in 1995 with his friends Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke. They created their own record label and produced Jay-Z's albums independently. The mindset of being his own boss was taking shape. Not just a rapper, but a businessman. This decision not only put Jay-Z on the map, but also gave him complete control over his music and career. It was a strategic move that reflected his vision of a future where he would not depend on anyone else for success. In 1996, the release of Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z's first album, marked a turning point in the history of hip-hop. With lyrics that spoke of his struggles and ambitions, and with refined beats, the album was an immediate success. Critics acclaimed him, and his name became synonymous with quality in rap. Jay-Z had managed to balance his lyrical ability with an unusual business vision for a rapper, creating a fan base that would follow him for many years. What stood out about Jay-Z was not only his musical ability, but his ability to understand that the market was constantly evolving. He was ready for something bigger, something that would take him to a level that few artists could reach. He wanted to be a global brand, not just a rapper. As Jay-Z became increasingly successful in the music world, he realized that his ambitions went beyond being a great rapper. He wanted to be something more. He wanted to build a legacy. And that's exactly what he did. Jay-Z had a clear vision. Success in hip-hop was just the foundation for something even bigger. He was determined to use his platform to build an empire. In 1999, Jay-Z founded the clothing brand Rocawear. Unlike other celebrities who simply licensed their name to brands, he took full control of his clothing line. Rocawear wasn't just a clothing brand, it was a lifestyle, an extension of the hip-hop culture he represented. The impact was immediate. Rocawear was a hit on the streets and on the runway, attracting a loyal following and establishing Jay-Z as a visionary entrepreneur. The brand made millions of dollars in sales in its first few years and catapulted Jay-Z to a new level of influence. But he didn't stop there. Jay-Z has always viewed the business world as an extension of his music career, and sports was one of the first areas he decided to explore. In 2004, he made history by becoming a co-owner of the Brooklyn Nets basketball team. It wasn't just a financial move, but a strategic move to connect with his fan base and solidify his presence in a new market. Jay-Z turned the purchase into a major marketing operation, using the team as an extension of his brand and culture. In addition, his vision in the wine market also proved to be a smart move. In 2011, he invested in the Armand de Brignac champagne brand, known for its luxury and prestige. The investment was more than financial, it was a way to diversify his portfolio and establish his image as someone who transcends the world of music and entertainment. Champagne has become a status symbol, and Jay-Z, with his signature on the product, has further expanded his empire. In 2015, Jay-Z took another major step into the business world when he launched Tidal, a music streaming platform. The vision was clear: create an alternative to the dominance of Spotify and Apple Music, offering a platform where artists could have more control over their music and a greater share of the profits. While the service faced initial challenges, Jay-Z's vision of empowering musicians and content creators reflects his ongoing pursuit of innovation in the business world. Jay-Z wasn't just building wealth, he was creating a multifaceted empire. He knew that true wealth didn't come from being a good rapper, but from being an entrepreneur who understood how to turn his passion into multiple streams of income. The rapper had become a business icon, respected not only for his musical talent, but also for his sharp, strategic mind. Even with his overwhelming success, Jay-Z knew that his journey was far from easy. The road to the top is never linear, and he had to deal with a series of personal and professional obstacles throughout his career. The life of a hip-hop icon and entrepreneur is not only made up of victories, it is also built on challenges and overcoming. In the early 2000s, Jay-Z faced one of the biggest crises of his career, the dispute with his former friend and business partner Damon Dash. Rockefeller Records, which began as an idea by three friends, found itself in the middle of an internal rivalry. Tensions between Dash and Jay-Z grew, culminating in Damon's departure from Rockefeller. This separation was not only a blow to the label's business plan, but also affected Jay-Z's public image. The media took advantage of the fight, painting him as someone treacherous and manipulative. But Jay-Z never let it get to him. Rather than getting lost in the public fray, he used this period to reinvent himself, focusing even more on his career and business. Another major challenge came in the form of public controversies related to his personal life. In 2001, his involvement with the criminal world and the references to it in his songs sparked discussions about the image he was creating for himself. Jay-Z was often accused of glorifying a criminal lifestyle, and the media labeled him as a controversial figure. This could have tarnished his reputation, but Jay-Z chose to use this narrative as a way to reflect on who he really wanted to be. He understood that it was not just about changing the public's perception, but about changing his own understanding of who he was. But perhaps the biggest challenge was the crisis in his marriage to Beyoncé, which became public in 2014 with speculation and rumors about infidelity. This personal and turbulent time was widely discussed in the media and could have ruined Jay-Z's image. However, instead of giving in to the weight of criticism, he chose to transform this pain into art. In 2017, he released the album 444, where he opened his heart and spoke about regrets, mistakes, and learning. The honesty and vulnerability on the album helped him reconnect with fans and redefine his image, not only as an unbeatable businessman, but also as a human being, capable of evolving and growing. Each of these challenges became an opportunity for Jay-Z to learn and reinvent himself. He never let himself be dragged down by difficulties. On the contrary, he used each obstacle as a stepping stone in his journey. He knew that true success does not come from never making mistakes, but from being able to overcome, learn, and continue to grow. Over the course of his career, Jay-Z has not only built a financial empire, but he has also left a lasting legacy that transcends the boundaries of music and business. He has become more than just a successful rapper or entrepreneur. His path of resilience and innovation has transformed him into a global icon, respected for his strategic vision, his ability to turn problems into opportunities, and, above all, his ability to inspire millions of people. Jay-Z's fortune, estimated in the billions, is a reflection of his unique business acumen. But the impact of his career goes beyond numbers. He has become a central figure in global culture, a symbol of success and determination. His rise from a poor kid in Brooklyn to a business magnate and entertainment icon shows that it is possible to overcome any obstacle as long as you have a clear vision and the courage to act. His influence in the business world was not limited to the music and entertainment industries. Jay-Z was one of the first artists to understand the power of intellectual property. By taking control of his music and business partnerships, he created a model that many other artists have followed. His philosophy of being the master of one's own destiny and seeking independence resonated deeply in the music industry and beyond. The launch of Tidal in 2015, for example, was an attempt to change the dynamics of the music industry by giving artists more control. Unlike traditional streaming platforms, which gave a small fraction of revenue to content creators, Jay-Z and his founding partners wanted a platform where artists could truly be compensated for the value of their work. While Tidal faced initial difficulties, it represented Jay-Z's vision of a fairer industry for musicians. Beyond his business, Jay-Z's impact on hip-hop culture and social movements is undeniable. His music reflected not only his personal experiences, but also the social and political issues he observed around him. With songs like 99 Problems and The Story of O.J., Jay-Z addressed issues such as racism, social inequality, and the struggle for identity in the modern world. His voice was a platform for many to raise awareness, becoming a key figure in the racial equality movement and activism. But perhaps Jay-Z's most important legacy is his ability to constantly reinvent himself. He never settled into his comfort zone. He went beyond music, expanding his horizons to new businesses, new partnerships, and new ideas. This is reflected in the lasting impact he left not only on his fans, but also on the next generation of entrepreneurs and artists. Today, Jay-Z is not only a music legend, but an example of how vision, hard work, and determination can change the course of life. He is living proof that success is not a destination, but a journey made up of choices, challenges, and overcoming. His story is an inspiration to those who, like him, do not give up, no matter the difficulties. Jay-Z's story is proof that success is achieved through courage, vision, and perseverance. If you've been inspired by his journey, be sure to follow your own path toward your goals. Share this video with your friends and comment below on which part of Jay-Z's story impacted you the most. And remember, the future is shaped by the choices you make today. Let's build incredible legacies together.